Alright, so for our last folder, you need another piece of lightweight chipboard 8x8, a piece of cardstock 10x10 to wrap it with, and then another piece 8x8 that we're going to cut just a hair under 8x8 to cover that with. So I'm going to go ahead and just shave a tiny bit off of that. Excuse me. So, first thing we're going to do again, just like we've done on the other two folders, score 1 inch all the way around. Okay, turn that over. I am going to get my glue on here. Again, you could use score tape sheets. I am using glue this time. Excuse me. I swallowed something wrong at dinner, and I've been coughing ever since. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me find. Alright, sorry about that. So we're going to cut the corners out just like we do when we're wrapping an album. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold. It shouldn't be too hard because of those score lines. Okay. And then I'm just going to check that I don't have anything hanging over the edges. That one's good. This way we have nice clean corners. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and get my score tape on here. Okay, all those down. I'm going to go ahead and get the backing off. Really need to see if my husband can fix the squeaking of my chair, but it's also about close to 20 years old, so probably not. So we're just going to wrap the sides just like we would a normal album. We just aren't using, we scored it because we don't want to use this chipboard to try to bend that cardstock, because it is, where it is lightweight chipboard, chances are it's going to bend and then you can end up with a wonky album. So that's why we went ahead and did it this other way. And honestly, this might be strong enough if you just did cardstock only without adding that little bit of chipboard in there. But just in case. I don't know what I did with my little cutting mat that sits on top of this. I had it the other day, and I can't find it again. I have put it somewhere, probably for safekeeping. Alright, so now, because we've got this 8x8 piece, we trim just a hair off so it's not going to be sticking out around our edges. We can go ahead burnish that, just make sure it's good and stuck. Okay, so there's our next little base piece. We're going to set that aside. So this piece gets one large flap that our closure is actually going to be part of. So it's 9 by 12. We're going to start with the 9-inch side at the top. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch and 1 inch. Okay. We're going to turn it, and we're going to score this at 8 inches and 8 1/4. Okay, so when we go to attach this, we'll actually cut out this corner down here, because this flap will attach there. This will be our closure. Okay. I'm going to set that one aside. Our other flap is 8 3/4 by 8. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. Put those together. On those flaps, there's going to be an angled pocket on each one of those. Those are 6 by 7. We're going to score them at 1/2 inch, turn, and 1/2 inch on both. Okay, and these, for the record, are already scored. So, and then we've got 2 frame pockets that are going to sit on our base, and these are, I don't know what these are. These are 9 1/4 by 7. So these are going to get scored at 1/2 inch and 5/8 of an inch. Turn, 1/2, 5/8, turn again, 1/2, 5/8. And again, these are both already scored. So these are the 2 that we're going to do our frame in. And I don't have the acetate cut for this because I actually had the wrong size on this originally. So I need to get this on here, and then we'll figure out what size our acetate is. So to cut our frame, we're going to go 1 inch, turn it, we're going to go 1 inch again, turn, 1 inch from that inside score line, so that 1/8 inch score line, again, and one more time. Okay. We're going to do that on both. So we're going to do it again on this one. Again, going from that 1/8 inch score line, we're going to go 1 inch, turn, line it up with that 1/8 inch again, again, line it up on that 1/8 inch score line. And then when you're on that top where there is no score line, you're going to go down 1 inch. Okay. Now, if you've already watched the other two folders, then you know exactly how we're going to do this. We're going to line this up in the paper trimmer, and we're just going to cut on that line we drew to cut out our frame. And then if you've missed anywhere, just use your scissors to trim that out. That last little spot. Okay? We're going to do that on this one as well. Okay, there we go. So our acetate for this one is going to be, so our opening is 6 by 4 1/4, so we'll go 4 1/2 by 6 1/4. I may actually have a piece that'll work. Yes, 4 1/2 by 6 1/4. There's one. Find. Let's see if this one is the right size. Just a tiny bit long. And then 6 1/4. And there we go. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring these in, and we're going to do this like we did on our first one, where we're going to put them on top. Just erase this so we're not going to see that pencil line. Not that we will, because the way we're going to mount this, but just for my own peace of mind. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put score tape around the edge here, because on this one, like on the first one, and probably even on the bigger one, we are going to mat like right up to the edge. We're not going to leave a border on the inside, just on the outside. So it's not going to matter when we get this down that you can see the score tape underneath it. And why are these too small? Did I cut them wrong? I probably did. Oh my god, I think I did. No, they're just really short. It'll barely fit on there, but it will fit. Okay, so whatever measurement I gave you a minute ago is wrong. I would go 4 3/4 by 6 1/2. I don't want to recut them. It'll work the way I've got it. It's just going to be a lot more of a precision fit. And once you get matted over the top of this, honestly, it's not going to matter. But to make it easier, yeah, let's go with that slightly bigger measurement. Okay. And just so I don't accidentally stick this to something else, I am gonna like do something really weird here and stick my backing back on over the edges just so that I don't accidentally stick these down to something I don't want to stick them to, because I can totally see me doing that too. That would be about par for the course tonight, quite honestly. Okay, bet you didn't know you could do that, huh? I do this a lot. You have no idea. All right. All right, so let's get those out of the way for a minute. And let's work on our flaps. So for this first one, and I think I actually scored this wrong. Don't know. No, you know what? It's fine. It is okay. Sorry, I'm just like overthinking it here. We're just gonna miter. I'm gonna fold and burnish. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and glue this down. And this one is supposed to go side to side. Okay. Which at this point it doesn't matter, but and we're just going to go all the way to our edge. Make sure it's lined up side to side. Make sure you don't have extra glue in there. And then we're going to go ahead and put our other frame down on this side. And it is slightly long, so we're actually going to adjust one side of this. So come in there. And I'm going to cut just a hair off of this other side, which, I mean, it's a flat for a pocket. It really doesn't matter. But just to be on the safe side. Okay, so we're going to miter this. So we're going to go from our 1/2 inch score mark down here where you've got the two that intersect. You're going to go through the center of that square, and then we're going to snip out this little tiny triangle. Okay, like so. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side. Nope. All right, so I don't know why I still have that sitting there. Okay. So what we're going to do is go ahead and fold like so. We're going to try something a little bit different on this one. If it works, awesome, and if not, it's okay. I had a thought during dinner tonight that might make these pockets like this that have this little tiny gusset in them just a tiny bit easier to put down without getting them on here crooked. So, okay, so we've got that corner. What I'm going to do is this. I am going to take and cut a 3/8 inch piece of cardstock. I'm going to cut it about 2 inches. I'm going to cut 2 of these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 3/8 inch score tape, maybe. I should have done that on it before I cut it. So let's try this again. Let's do this. We're going to take this scrap. We're going to run a piece of score tape down the side. And then we're going to take our trimmer and we're going to trim right next to that score tape. Oh, that worked much better. Excuse me. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my backing off. I am going to put it on this bottom piece in the corner. And then I am going to line up my other piece on top. And there we go. Now we've got that corner perfectly formed, exactly how we want it. And we don't have to try to do it once the pocket's down. So I'm going to do that again. So what I did, took this little sticky piece, I went down into this corner, well, maybe I did. Okay, and then I lined it up in my perfect corner here, and then press that down, and that's going to hold it where we need it to hold so we can put it down like so. Okay, so now we can go ahead and if I can find my pen, I will stick it in my glue bottle here and loosen that back up again. Okay, we're going to set it down right in here. And let me make sure I've got this going the right direction. I do. Okay, good. Somehow I had like this panic that it wasn't supposed to be going this direction, but it is. Okay. Then I am just going to use my bone folder to get in here. Actually, I need something thinner, so probably my ruler. I'm not even pushing down with the ruler. I'm just getting the ruler in there and pushing down on top of the ruler so that I don't accidentally break my ruler, because I've done that before. Okay, so now we're going to fold that 1/4 inch, and there's one side. We're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing with the pocket on this side, but before we do that, we need our hinge. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut right here and right here, right down that 3/4 inch, or I'm sorry, the 1 inch score line. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to look and make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, so this flap, okay, so we've got this flap goes this way, this flap is going to go this way, no, this way, okay, and then this piece will actually come down over the top and attach on this side for our closure. Okay, again, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to attach this yet because I need to figure out what I'm doing as far as edgeables. So we really can't finish this side yet. However, you're going to put this flap on just like we did with this flap, and then you're going to put the pocket on top of it just like we did on the other one. Okay, what we can do, I'll actually come back and show you that once I figure out my edgeables in just a minute. We can go ahead on this one and do our angled pocket. Okay, so for the angled pocket, okay, so this one is going to go, so the closed sides are this side and this side in here. Okay, from the top outside edge, we're going to go to somewhere, wherever my pencils disappeared to. Two and a half. We're going to make a mark. We're then going to come on this other side, and again from this top edge, we're going to come down to 4 and make another mark. All right, and then draw a line. And if you wanted to make your angle more, I don't know, I think I do kind of want it deeper actually. So let's try this again. Instead of 2.5, let's go 3.5 on here. And let's go, instead of 4.5, or instead of, what was it, 4, let's go 5. Yep, I like that better. All right, so same principle as what we were doing with the pockets, just to cut our angle. Okay, so our other one is going to go this way, so I'm actually just going to line it up just like that. And I'm just going to copy that line over and cut it off. All right, so let me figure out either my border punch or my edgeables for that end. Do that and I will be right back with you. Okay, so apparently I didn't record the end of this tutorial. And I know why. Friday night, my husband, he had foot surgery about a month ago, and Friday night he was stepping down out of our camp trailer, and we're pretty sure he ruptured a tendon. We won't know until he goes to the doctor on Monday. So I didn't get back down here to finish it. So when I came down on Saturday morning to put everything together and start matting, I didn't realize that I hadn't actually come back down and finished. So what I did, where it leaves off, is this pocket hasn't been attached and this flap for the back hasn't been attached. All you're going to do here is fold on the score lines and glue down in the corner. Okay. For the opposite side, I had gone ahead and done my punching on the edge there. This is all scored. You're going to attach the tab to this side just like you did with this flap. Okay. You're going to attach that on this side. Put your pocket down the exact same way. Add your closure. If you want to do a magnet, you're going to do a magnet. If not, you know, if you're going to do ribbon, you'll go ahead and do that underneath this mat and this mat. This folds over and holds the whole thing shut. I apologize for that. I would redo the entire thing. I don't have any more of the paper to try to redo this piece of it. So hopefully that will make sense. If you've made albums, if you followed any of my other tutorials, this should make sense. So again, I apologize, but there's your third folder.